All right, quiz 1, solutions for Math 60. First problem, we're given two different sentences here and asked to translate them into equations using x as the variable. So when it says like some number, we're going to use x as that number. So let's see, the first one here, I think the easiest way to go is kind of just read through it and picking out key words that mean stuff. So twice a number is 4 less than the quotient of that number plus 1 and 3. I think the thing that stands out most to me is this is right here. Maybe I'll circle that. Is means equals in math. A little arrow there. Or not. So something equals something. So on the left-hand side of this equal sign, we have twice a number, which means 2 times. Let's see, a number that we don't know is our variable, so x. So we'll say 2x, twice a number, is 4 less than. That one's a little bit tricky. 4 less than means we have something and we want to take away 4 from it. So kind of English is a little bit screwed up. It doesn't all go in order. This 4 less than means we're going to do minus 4 at the end here, which makes things a little bit tricky. Quotient. Quotient means division. So let's see, how can I, maybe I'll change colors here. Whoops. And I can say the quotient of is kind of this symbol right here. So the quotient of, something will go on top of this and something will go on the bottom. And then going back to my other color, let's see, that number plus 1 means I got x, which is the variable, that number, plus 1, and 3 is this 3 down here. So the quotient of, and then these next two things, the first one goes on top, the second one goes on the bottom. So our final equation is 2x equals x plus 1 over 3 minus 4. And if we repeat that on this guy, a number subtracted from 10, or maybe we'll start with the keyword is right here. That's going to be our equal sign again. And then on the left-hand side of the equation, we have a number subtracted from 10. So that's a number subtracted from, remember that's the one that goes kind of backwards. So we have minus x, and we want to subtract it from 10. So 10 minus x on the left-hand side is, equals, 2 more than the product of, okay, 2 more than, that means I'm going to have something, and I'm going to add 2 to that. And now this time, instead of the quotient, it's the product. So that means I'm going to multiply together two things. Let's see. Maybe I'll just underline that in red. Not in blue. In red. The product of, that means the next two things I talk about are going to get multiplied together, and I'll kind of put them in here. And what two things are those? It looks like 10 and that number. So 10 times x, or just 10x if you want. So what we got, our final equation is 10 minus x. Maybe I'll write it a little bit neater down here. 10 minus x equals 10x plus 2. Similarly up here, I got 2x equals x plus 1 over 3 minus 4. Okay, so that's the end of part 1. Let's see part 2. Now what we're asked to do is to determine if x equals 4 is a solution to the following equations. So what you do is you look at these equations and you put in a 4 everywhere you see an x, and then you check to see if they're true, if what's on the left-hand side of the equal sign is the same as what's on the right-hand side. So in part A here, I would have 10 minus 4 times 2 equals, maybe equals question mark, 4 plus 8. I changed each of the x's into a 4. Left-hand side is a little bit tricky. It's tempting to do 10 minus 4 is 6, but you have to remember your order of operations. You multiply and divide before you add and subtract. So really what we're going to do here is multiply 4 times 2 and get 8, and then say, is 10 minus 8 the same as 4 plus 8? I think what we're going to get is that's not true. 10 minus 8 is 2, and that is not the same as 12. So 4 is not a solution. We kind of do the same thing down here on the second one. We want to know if 4 is a solution, so I'm going to say 4 plus, instead of writing x here, I can write 4 divided by 4 minus 3 equals 4 plus 6 over 5. This one's a little bit tricky again because of the order of operations. You look at the left here, and you have to know that you do addition and subtraction before you do multiplication or division. So in other words, I'm not going to do, or sorry, the other way around. You do multiplication and division before you do addition and subtraction. So I'm not going to add 4 and 4 together, and I'm not going to do 4 minus 3 over here. What I'm going to do first is 4 divided by 4. And what 4 divided by 4 is just 1. And then over here, I can take care of what's up on top and get 10 to get 10/5. So kind of the question, maybe I shouldn't put equals because I don't know if these are equal yet. Is all this stuff the same as this? Well, is all this stuff the same as this? Kind of ran out of room, but we could finish this guy over here. Addition and subtraction kind of tie in terms of orders of operation. So whenever you have ties, you just go from left to right. So we start by doing 4 plus 1 and get 5. And then from that, we're going to want to subtract 3. And then we can just take care of the right-hand side. 10 divided by 5 is just 2. So then your question becomes, is 5 minus 3 equal to 2? And yeah, it is. 5 minus 3 is 2. So it looks like this does work. So here we would say 4 is a solution. But again, kind of tricky because of this order of operations. It's really tempting to do 4 divided by 4 first. Sorry, 4 plus 4 first, because those are what's written first. Similarly, it's tempting to do 10 minus 4 up here first. But it's not. You got to make sure you multiply and divide before you add and subtract. That's the end of this quiz.